Welcome back to my garden. If you're new here, my name is Kimberly. My garden is called Treehouse Garden, and I love to grow beautiful gardens to create garden to table meals. I'm going to take you on a quick little tour of the garden, show you the beautiful, the not so beautiful, and the in progress. So, thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to like this video, follow for more, and don't forget to seed the day. So let me start by saying I still love my raised beds so much. I love my arches. This is my third season with these beds and I'm super happy. So let's start with the tunnel here. So I have some squash that's spilling out the sides, some herbs, some dill, some flowers, and then going up my arch here, I've got some stringless Kentucky pole beans from Burpee. I like the stringless variety a lot because I can them. I've got some cilantro, some beans on the bottom of this arch. Got some beautiful spearmint. I love to put that in juices and in salads for the summer. Some Mexican sunflowers, some squash spilling out the sides, more pole beans. I had those white moths lay a whole bunch of eggs on my brassicas. Oh, and there you go. I need to come and find all these little boogers and pick them off my plants. Sorry, I just threw that. So I need to do that today for sure. We've got some purple cauliflower, some more flowers. These just reseeded from last year, so that's kind of exciting. Some Thai basil here. I saved my seeds from last year. And then a beautiful tomato plant, more pole beans, and I also planted a variety of grape to go up this arch. So hopefully that's going to add a lot of drama and beauty. In this one, I've got some peppers, squash, tomatoes, some cucumbers that I am training up the trellis. So as they grow, I just zip tie the branches and I just continue to tell the plants, all right, we are going up the trellis, and I will zip tie them to keep them in place. So that's a good little tip. I love the arches because they double my garden space. More squash. I love to grow squash and have it spill outside the beds, go in the walkways. Some kale that's been going for almost a year now. Some little blueberry plants, some dill, tomato, looking really great. In this bed, some squash spilling out the sides, some beautiful flowers, some watermelon baby plants coming to life here. These are mini watermelon. I think they're called Mini Me. They're so cute. More squash, and look at my nasturtium, so beautiful. I planted a lot of it in the garden this year. It does help detour pests, and also it's edible and beautiful in salads. So here we go over here in this raised bed. I've got some zinnias, other flowers, cosmos, some kale that I cut down to the quick because it was infested with caterpillars coming back, some oregano, some sage, and cucumber. In this bed, it's not fully planted yet. I've got some thyme, some peppers, some tomato plants, and another squash. And then this wild bucket of flowers here. Let's look at some of the wood beds. I've got some beautiful raspberries coming to life. I'm super excited about that. It looks like, ooh, I've even got some turning colors. I cannot wait to eat those. So I've got those growing. I've got a whole bed full of beets. I like to grow beets all year long. I love to use them in juices and in salads. Some sage, some mint, some thyme, some more squash. That one's a Long Island cheese. And then over in this bed, it's not totally planted yet. I need to dig out my dead lemongrass from last season. But I've got a lot of carrots in here. You can see I really need to get thinning these out. So that's on the task today to do. This bed has not been planted fully yet, so we'll let that one be. This is a bunch of lettuces that need to be just yanked out because they're not going to enjoy this hot sun. And then I've got a whole bunch of cilantro. I'm letting it go to seed. I'm using a lot of the green seeds in the kitchen right now in marinades. They are delicious. They actually taste like lime, so very interesting. Got some lemongrass. Got some potatoes that popped up that must have been left over from a while ago because I didn't plant potatoes there. A little pepper plant. I've got my music garlic from Burpee, and if you can see, I've got a whole bunch of scapes to harvest. and use in the kitchen. You want to pop those off the plant so you get more bulb growth. And then over here, you can see those darn caterpillars. They sure liked my, oh, and there he is, right there. Get off of there, buddy. So it's important to go around and check your plants often. And then I have some onions in the front, and they're flopping over, so starting to die back, so I'll probably be harvesting those sometime soon. And some sunflowers, some Swiss chard. I love to grow Swiss chard all year. Got some snap peas going up the tunnel. These were broccoli plants that have gone to seed, but I'm still enjoying the leaves in juices and in pasta, so I'm going to leave those in a little bit longer. Plus, the pollinators love the flowers. More cilantro. I'm going to be yanking this pretty soon. I already put a bunch up to dry for seeds, but I planted a lot of it. I went on a trip to Mexico and some gardener gave me seeds and they were amazing in the garden. So more oregano here, and this bed has some squash. Now I can see that I'm starting to get some flowers on here, so I'm gonna pick those off. I don't let my squash get flowers until they're big enough to actually host some fruit, so that's a little tip there. Cannot forget to show you my sunchokes. So I left half of the chokes in the ground, and so they just popped up naturally this year. I had so many sunchokes, it was crazy. They're so delish. Okay, this is the kind of crazy part of the garden. This is my asparagus. This is year 3 and 4 on some beds, and you can see it's unruly. You just have to let it be until it dies back. Every time I'm in the garden, I'm enjoying one of these little heads. They're so sweet and delicious, like nothing you've ever had before. So good. And then some echinacea coming up, some beautiful flowers, more beans to go up the trellis here, some onions. I try to plant onions throughout the garden because they're really good at keeping the pests away. So these are Shasta daisies coming in. They're going to be so pretty. And then you can see this is another spot where I really need to work. This is the not so great spot. So all my tomatoes are going crazy. So my goal is to trim them up and get them going up the trellises this week. All right, these beds have oregano. I've got a lot of oregano going. And then I've got some things going to seed here. This is arugula, so I'm going to let these form into seeds, and then I will pull out the plants and dry the seeds for more. And then my obliterated kale. Man, those caterpillars, they are just killing me. So I got to get in here and find the culprits, and I'll probably just cut those to the quick and let them come back. All right, and you know I love my Kellogg soil. Check out this lettuce. It's getting such a beautiful head on it. I'm so excited for that. And some mint, some more cucumbers to go up the trellis, and then some onions and some garlic chives. All right, so that is the tour of the established garden, but let me show you what's in the works. All right, so here's the in progress and the kind of ugly part. So I do like to grow my tomatoes up trellises, but in the ground, I have had such a bad season with weeds that I finally gave up and I put down this silo tarp, and I am just going to leave that there. I need to add another one back here, and I'm going to just let those weeds die for the season. So I'm not going to mess with it this year. Disappointing, but gardening, you gotta pivot and turn. All right, so this is part of the new Ollie Garden Learning Center where I'm gonna be creating lessons for teachers to use in the classroom. I'm very excited for this new adventure, and a lot of these beds are looking amazing. This is the infinity bed. I've got one in each color. You can do all kinds of shapes and sizes. More of my garden arches. I've got beans. I planted some wisteria. I'm so excited about that. Over here, this is my bed that I planted with little organic seedlings that I sell on my website. They're actually from Circa, and they're looking really great. I've got cucumbers, I've got squash, I've got peppers, flowers, some arugula that started to flower. I just cut most of the flowers off. So when you see that, just go through. It's snip off the flowers. I actually really enjoy these in salad, so I usually eat them as a snack in the garden or put them in a salad. And then this is potato land. So these beds were made from wood from a house they were going to burn down the road, and I said I will take those boards. They are not the most beautiful beds, but they are serving a purpose. So my flowers are coming on potatoes. Those are poisonous, so don't eat those. But it lets me know the cycle of the potato is getting close to being done. You'll know your potatoes are ready to harvest when the plants start to yellow and die off. New garden beds to show you. These are sustainable cloth garden beds, so they're perfect for those of you who might not be in a permanent situation and you want to take your garden beds with you. So this is where I transferred all of the tomatoes because I'm not growing them in the ground. And then this is also the infinity bed set up in a very long fashion. Love it. And then I put my two stakes in the bed, and then I zip tied my cattle panels to them. And then I plant tomatoes on both sides, and then I just weave them in and out of the trellis, the cattle panel, as they grow. Then I don't have to use any ties or any cages. It's just so much easier. So some of these guys are little, they're hard to see, but they're coming together. And then I have, oh, I didn't show you, green beans full of flowers. So I'm excited. I love to can green beans and I love to make dilly beans. And then I have a bed of corn. It's not going to be a great supply, but it's just kind of fun to grow. And I was having trouble with moles and other critters knocking my corn down, so I'm growing them this year in a raised bed. And then more potatoes. So, all right, so that's a look at the not quite finished new part of the garden. And there's one more spot to show you. This is also a new addition to the garden. It's the Ollie Garden Learning Center Part 2. And I'm just so excited to showcase how gardening can be a great tool at schools to teach all kinds of things besides core subjects and hard work and all that goes into gardening, but also just going out and breathing and listening to the birds and being part of the garden. And I think students nowadays need that relaxation time because I sure do. So I've got some more beds here and I've got tomatoes on both sides. I've got my amazing strawberry tower here. This is my green stalk tower, and ooh, it looks like I even have a strawberry I can munch on while I finish up my tour. Beautiful. And so good. Nothing like a homegrown strawberry or a tomato or anything, honestly. All right, so these are also infinity beds. They can go long, like I showed you, rectangular. They can also go in a U shape, an L shape. So they're really functional and add a lot of diverse structure to the garden. So these aren't all fully planted out yet, and I've got a couple big round ones I still need to fill. So this part is really rough and a work in progress. I will be laying down wood chips when I get them to cover up the silo tarp, which is saving me from all the weeds. But everything is coming together. And again, I'm super excited for you to watch this learning garden grow in addition to my personal garden. Well, that's it for the garden tour. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to showing you how the new gardens progress, how my old garden thrives, and of course, I want to show you all kinds of yummy garden to table meals. Don't forget to like this video, follow for more, and don't forget to seed the day.